In the early morning of August 10th, 2023, Dorney Park announced its new for 2024 coaster. Keep watching to hear my thoughts about it. Dorney Park has finally announced its new for 2024 coaster. The park will be adding its first ground-up coaster since Hydra the Revenge in 2005. Iron Menace is a B&M dive coaster that will be placed on the old Stinger plot of land. The coaster will stand at a height of 160 feet, have a drop of 152 feet at a beyond vertical angle of 95 degrees, tying it with Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger as the world's steepest dive coaster. The ride will also reach speeds of 64 miles an hour and have 4 inversions, which are an Immelmann, a zero-G roll, an inclined loop, which is the first of its kind on a dive coaster, and a corkscrew. The ride will also feature a ride length of 2,169 feet and a ride time of 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's a lot to unpack, so let's see how it compares to other rides of its type. The closest coaster we can compare it to is Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger over at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Cliffhanger is 150 feet tall, also has a 95-degree angle on its first drop, and reaches speeds of 60 miles an hour. The ride has 2 inversions, which are an Immelmann and a zero-G roll, and a ride length of 2,501 feet. Cliffhanger is also able to run 3 trains, but that is due to a mid-course brake run halfway through the attraction. With all that being said, just looking at the stats alone, it seems like Iron Menace is going to be a lot more intense than Cliffhanger. Iron Menace is taller, faster, has more elements, and has all of that in a shorter track layout with no mid-course brake run, which means that it's not going to lose any speed or pacing due to the capacity. Typically, I would care that a park isn't really pushing for capacity on a brand new coaster, but with Iron Menace, I really don't mind. Dorney Park doesn't really see a ton of attendance in the dry park, so they don't really need all of that additional capacity. I do wish though the park had bought 3 trains so they would always have a spare and could always run at the max capacity of 2 trains. In terms of throughput though, the rider capacity is still going to be fine. I highly recommend watching Toro Ryan's video as he does a great job explaining the attraction's theoretical throughput. I'll leave a link in the description below. The other great thing about the park adding this coaster is that they're basically adding a whole new land with it. The park has stated that the nearby restrooms are getting that same 1930s abandoned steel mill theming, as well as a possible repaint or retheme to the Cedar Creek Flyers, which is a Larson flying scooter flat ride right across the midway. This shows that the park is really willing to add a sizable expansion to the park, which is not something we see every day at Dorney. In terms of new additions, is Iron Menace the best? No. In terms of new additions for Dorney Park, though, is Iron Menace the best? I think so. Like I said before, the park has not added a brand new coaster since 2005 with Hydra the Revenge. The actual last coaster that the park added was Stinger back in 2012, which was a relocated Vekoma inverted boomerang from California's Great America that only lasted 5 seasons at the park due to numerous technical issues. Even if you count that as a new coaster, that's still 12 years without a new coaster at that park. And honestly, this park could get a lot more attendance if Cedar Fair actually invested more into the property. With other competing parks nearby thriving, it really makes me wonder why Cedar Fair took so long to actually invest in Dorney. Hopefully this coaster allows Cedar Fair to see that Dorney is actually a great park and continues to invest capital investments into the dry park, so that way we can continue to see it grow to its full potential. Well guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. So tell me, what do you think about Iron Menace? Do you think it's a good fit for Dorney, or would you rather the park have gotten a different coaster? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, as it really helps the channel out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.